There is a virus among us, and this virus is called social media. Now, I think we all know what the fuck social media is. Like, obviously, like, come on, you're on it right now. Like, how would you be watching this video? You've got your big boys, yeah. You've got Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. I'm gonna say that this video applies to those 5, but I'm sure that every other social media that has ever existed is just the same. Even like Be Real and shit, that shit is like be fake. The fuck are you talking about? Now the reason this virus is so bad is because it destroys your perception of life. Now right now, what you are seeing is just a glimpse into my actual life. There is no Photoshop, there is no video editing. This is just like me with a selfie stick walking around in a field. You can't really get that much raw than that. And I'd say it's a nice change to just post videos where I don't actually care if I look good or not. Like, I've got my hair tied up, I've just got back from work and I'm like, I'm tired as hell, bro. I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. I do not look good. And yet here I am making a video. Now I'm gonna tell you how to actually get rid of social media, like make it stop plaguing your life, because it is so fucked up. It fucks your worldview, makes you think like, it makes you think that you're worse off than everyone else, and it like paints this beautiful, perfect picture of reality, but that's not what reality is. You know, you've got like Instagram, right? Everyone's posting their best pictures, their best highlights, their best moments of life. Oh, I graduated. Oh, I got a new car. Oh, I bought a new house. Oh, I got a new job. Oh, look at this. I'm going to eat at a fancy restaurant. But what you don't see is that they're literally struggling to pay the bills. And they're doing it for the gram, you know? I deleted social media a while ago, like maybe like a year now, and like it's been really fucking good. All I've got is this YouTube channel, and I gotta say it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm really grateful for you and this whole YouTube thing in general. But basically, what you want to do is to just accept and realize the fact that nobody on social media cares about you. No one on social media is actually going to change. And if you stay on social media, it's likely that you might not change. Because I've had this like weird thing happen to me where it's like, okay, I check like my old friends' like Instagram profiles, and there's literally nothing changed. They're still the same people. Maybe they got a haircut, maybe they like did something, but like overall they have not changed at all. And that's why it stagnates your growth, yeah, as a person. Oh god, I'm gonna get camera shy. You're right. I thought it was a private area. But yeah, so social media is stagnating your growth as a person. I think we've established that. So yeah, you could change like your Instagram feed, you could change like the pictures you post, but that's not gonna change you as a person, because that is all external. It's all external things that make social media. So it's like the likes, the comments, like all the compliments that you might get from social media, that is all external validation, and you need to realize you cannot depend on that. You need to build up your own self-esteem, build confidence in your own abilities, learn a new skill, literally like learn how to do one thing really well, and your self-perception will become really high, and then you won't need to depend on external validation. Because I know a lot of people like in my old social circles who really depended only on external validation, and because of this they were really unhappy with themselves. And we want to be happy with ourselves, right? Okay, I don't know why I'm breathless, it's just because I'm talking. Right, what's my next point? It's so beautiful, man. Just gonna walk in silence for a bit while I let myself think. So you realize that everyone doesn't change on social media, they stay the same. This should be your kind of calling to realize that you're not missing out on anything. Because that's like one of the one thing that kept me on social media for a few months when I was trying to quit, is I was so scared of, missing out on people's like lives. I was so scared of missing out on what people were doing, or I was scared that it would affect my social life. And sure, it did, because those social people in my life back then, they weren't the best for me, so I didn't contact them anyway. But your real friends, your true friends, will text you. They'll text you on WhatsApp or Messenger, or like iMessage or something that doesn't require like posting on your fucking Instagram, right? And wait, let me scratch my asshole. And so if you can eliminate this fear of missing out by realizing that nothing changes, you're not missing out on anything, literally, like nobody fucking changes on this thing, that's when you realize, like, okay, you can delete your Instagram, and you can realize, like, oh shit, like nothing has changed. Like, if you stop using social media for like 6 months, and then you go back and you check on all your old friends and stuff, you realize that they haven't really changed that much. Nothing has really happened. You're not really missing out on much, except maybe some memes, maybe some like occasional like, oh, I got married or some shit, depending on like what stage of life you're at. But it's like those things don't even matter, because usually they're not even people that you're very closely acquainted to. Oh, that's a beautiful house over there. So yeah, I would say eliminating the fear of missing out, and then realizing that nothing changes. Those two things are like the biggest changes, and those are like what will actually, from the core, make you less dependent. And also, I'm going to expand on the other point I made of external and internal validation. If you can raise your self-esteem high and actually think highly of yourself, or at least at a decent level, you think to yourself like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good at this stuff. I'm just a person and I'm good at this stuff. Like if you have like a positive thoughts, positive growth mindset about yourself, you won't need to post pictures for validation. You won't need it. Literally, social media just makes you depressed and anxious. Like, bro, I was always comparing myself, and it made me more materialistic, and it made me way more like worried and concerned about my own looks, my own outside appearance, how I made others perceive me. Like, I wanted people to care. Like, I cared about the way that others perceived me. It was like, I would dress cool, I'd post cool pictures, I'd, put cool filters on, I'd go to cool places. But now look at me, I'm at the coolest fucking place ever, and you can't fucking Instagram this because it's just a fucking lake, it's just some fucking trees. So it would get less likes on Instagram if I just posted a picture of this. But it's content, it makes me happy, it makes me so fucking happy to be here. Also because I haven't been in nature for like a week. So those are like the things that I would say that would possibly help you get off of social media. It really worked for me. Like, I don't give a fuck about social media anymore, which is really nice. And same thing goes for YouTube. It's like I try and not depend the value on like how many views or likes I get on a video. It's more like I care about the actual video that I'm posting, whether or not I'm happy with it. It's like, yeah, I'll talk a bit more about this in another video about like this whole YouTube channel. So yeah, that's all I've got to say for today. Peace.